I'm Bob Rubart with the Oracle Technology Network, and my guest today is Steve Lemme. Steve is a director of Partner Enablement at Oracle, and he also served on the board of the International Oracle Users Group. He's with me today to talk about some cloud computing special interest group activities that'll be going on at Collaborate. How you doing, Steve?
Pretty good. Bob, I haven't heard of cloud.
Yeah, turn on your computer every now and then. So before we talk about Collaborate 14, though, I want you to tell me a bit about your background with the IOUG Cloud Special Interest Group. How did you get involved in that?
Well, I myself was a Oracle technologist, a DBA for many years, managing some mission-critical systems that at the time, downtime was in excess of $150,000 an hour. So that kept me very busy, was always challenging my skill sets. And it was a number of people through the user community, people like Kevin Loney, Rich Demick, etc., that I met, and they got me more involved. And I was, thinking, well, this is really great stuff, getting plugged into these people, hearing what they're doing with Oracle technology. And then they're like, well, you should present on it. And I was thinking, why would I want to do that? That kind of takes me out of my comfort area. I'm not the expert. And that's really what came out of that was it's about hearing how people are using the technology from Oracle and doing innovative things with it in their businesses and then sharing that back. So that's how I got kind of pulled into the user community. So much so they then at one point said, well, you should run for the board of directors. I said, okay. And then all of a sudden I got enough votes that I made the board. So that's been a long journey, but a very exciting one. And so while I'm at Oracle today, I stay very closely affiliated and try to continue to help guide those customers as well as our partners that are participating in the user community.
And you were on the board for, what, 9 years?
Yeah, it seems like forever. And some people are surprised that I left because we were doing some really great things. In fact, the activity that I'm working with now, the Cloud SIG, actually started over a breakfast conversation at Denny's at a Collaborate many years ago in Orlando. I pulled George Trujillo aside after the last day of the event, and I said, George, there's this stuff that's pretty exciting called cloud. And he's like, what's that? And he goes, I haven't really thought much about it. I said, let's go have some breakfast because I know George likes to have a good meal. And so we went and sat down, and I think 3 hours later, we came up essentially with the concept of the Cloud SIG that today is doing so many great things within the user community.
All right. So I know that there are some Cloud SIG activities going on at Collaborate. Tell me a bit about what they're doing.
Well, I think if you look at the event this year in total, you've got the 3 independent user groups. You've got IOUG, focusing on the technology area. You've got OAUG and Quest that focus on the applications and the industries. And together, no matter where you look, they have tracks and sessions related to cloud. Obviously, if you're over on the Quest and the OAUG side, you may see more and hear about some of the Oracle Cloud available offerings. And on the IOUG side, you'll hear more kind of the tech and the private cloud building out, your own infrastructure. That being said, the participants have a number of places they can kind of plug in. And starting with kind of the pre-conference day Monday, Oracle, in fact, is offering the Cloud Odyssey series. So if people haven't had a chance to catch that yet, it's very innovative for an Oracle event. It's a movie. It's a produced movie with a script and cast of characters. And I kind of, heard about it the first time, kind of scratched my head, said, I'm not sure I get this. And I got the opportunity to, get a premiere of it. And it's actually really good because everyone relates to the hero in the story and the challenges that they have. And so when that Cloud Odyssey comes to, a city near you, I definitely recommend, going and seeing it.
Okay. And then can you get into some specifics about some of the SIG sessions that are happening? How many Cloud SIG sessions are part of Collaborate this year?
Well, let's actually first define a SIG because there may be folks that are listening that are not familiar. So if you've gone to a conference, some people might call them a BOF, a birds of a feather. A SIG stands for Special Interest Group. You also find them in geographies sometimes, and so some user groups call them geos. But the idea is where there's a particular interest in a specific set of technology, and especially if you're trying to learn and you're kind of confused or you're wanting to really see what others are doing or find out what's working, what's not. A SIG is really the best place to actually see Oracle technology being put in action to actually solve business problems. I'm always surprised when I sit in on meetings. Now, for Collaborate, the Cloud SIG is meeting Tuesday about lunchtime. It's 12:30. And during that activity, it'll be kind of the first introduction of essentially a group of folks within the user community. So it's definitely a networking activity. We're going to have some of those folks share what they're doing. They've asked me to be a mini moderator. So I've apparently proven myself in the past, and I'm good at having people speak for 3 minutes and then cut them off so someone else has another chance. But that's not all. That's the beginning of the week, kicking it off. So people can then attend the different sessions related to different topics on cloud because, as you know, there's different deployment models. If you don't know, by the time you get through Collaborate, you will know. And so traveling through the rest of the week, you're learning constantly. And then at the end of the week on Thursday, there is a best practices SIG meeting that is going to kind of culminate and summarize all the things about cloud during the week. So it's a really great experience starting from, Cloud Odyssey, which is kind of, Oracle's vision and journey for, building a private cloud all the way through to all of the sessions and tracks throughout the week, whether it's Oracle Cloud or doing things related to private or even hybrid.
And if people want to come up and talk to you at some point during Collaborate, where can they find you?
Well, that's a great question. So I'm going to be there supporting a lot of our partners who are supporting our customers. So I'll be over in booth 761. It's the Oracle Validated Integration area that the Alliances and Channels team is sponsoring. And if I can't be found there, I'll probably be running around the exhibition floor. I'll have a camera. I'll be very active on the social media. The hashtag this year is C14LV. And there's always a lot of great back chatter going on, lots of photos being captured. So for those folks who don't get to come to Collaborate this year, be sure and tune into the social media side.
I'll be following it. Steve, thanks a lot for taking the time to talk to me.
Thank you very much, Bob. Appreciate the opportunity, and I'd be welcome anytime to come back.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. I'll let the dust settle from Collaborate 14 before I bug you again. For the Oracle Technology Network, I'm Bob Rubart. Thanks for watching.